All right, let's dive right into this explainer and dissect the bizarre, incredibly chaotic, and highly algorithmic world of modern internet self-improvement. Today, we're doing something a bit different, actually. We are looking directly at a raw data scrape of a single curation page on TikTok. So we aren't just looking at the videos they post, we're analyzing the surrounding data, the suggested links, the errors, the whole digital ecosystem that houses this content. It's a completely fascinating look at what happens when human ambition collides with an automated algorithm. Take a look at this. This is the bold bio of the page we're analyzing, an account known simply as Self-Improvement029. And honestly, this brilliantly illustrates how these curation accounts hook you right from the start. I mean, they lead with this ultimate promise of transforming your life, right? You aren't just gonna learn to talk. You are going to master the art of powerful communication. You're gonna literally go from boring to magnetic. It's a super compelling, emotionally charged hook, and it's perfectly designed to capture a scroller who might be feeling, a little stuck or uninspired in their daily life. But here's where it gets interesting. Directly beneath that magnetic promise, right there in the raw data of the page, lies something highly revealing. It's definitely not a list of credentials. It's a raw server rendering error. Weaver encountered server-side rendering error. Weaver. It's kind of funny, actually, but it playfully yet starkly reminds us of the environment we are actually in. We're dealing with automated, scraped, and re-uploaded content. There is absolutely no human mentor sitting behind a mahogany desk typing out these life lessons for us. It's just a machine-driven curation engine, fetching data and spitting it right back out to maximize engagement. So, moving into our first major theme, the wealth gurus and ancient philosophy. You see, these automated pages build their entire foundation by leaning heavily on the proven heavy hitters of the algorithm. The page aggregates some pretty deep, serious material, basically sandwiching billionaire financial wisdom and ancient Stoic philosophy into these tiny, bite-sized clips designed for rapid consumption. You've got Napoleon Hill's classic motivational speeches right alongside Warren Buffett's modern financial strategies. And then backing all of that up, you have the heavyweights of antiquity, right? Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus. It's literally centuries of human thought just thrown into a digital blender. And because we are in the realm of short-form video, nuance is almost always the very first casualty. For example, complex corporate financial strategies from someone like Warren Buffett are hyper-condensed into these quick, flashy videos titled things like "Learn to get rich using loans" or "Rich people use debt." It takes these highly situational economic theories and packages them as immediate, actionable life hacks for the everyday viewer. And then, right next to that aggressive wealth generation content, the algorithm pushes extreme mental resilience. You'll see titles like "How to Train Your Mind to Endure Anything," leveraging the profound teachings of historical giants like Seneca. So the page is essentially constructing this very specific modern digital archetype. It's someone who leverages debt like a billionaire, but somehow maintains the emotional detachment and endurance of an ancient Roman emperor. So the absolutely crucial point here is, does this automated, context-free curation actually work to capture attention? And the answer is a resounding yes. Looking at the data, one video alone on this relatively small page pulled in nearly 31,000 views in a very short span. The demand out there for this type of rapid-fire motivation is clearly just massive.
But here is where it gets truly funny, and honestly very revealing about how these platforms actually operate. That video with nearly 31,000 views, it garnered those massive numbers even though the legendary author Napoleon Hill was hilariously misspelled as Notcheline Hill. Notcheline. I mean, you can't make this up. This is a perfect piece of evidence proving that the algorithm, and often the viewers themselves, reward the aesthetic of motivation way more than actual accuracy. If the music hits right, the emojis are there, and the hook is strong, Notcheline's gonna go viral just as fast as Napoleon.
Which brings us to our second section, the algorithmic whiplash. Now let's zoom out a bit to the actual user experience. The raw data scrape reveals this really stark contrast in the page's digital ecosystem. The platform's suggested accounts aggressively surround this super serious self-improvement content. So picture this, while you are sitting there trying to master emotional control and stoic resilience, the platform's user interface is actively suggesting you click away to go follow Taylor Swift, Bad Bunny, Gordon Ramsay, or Nicki Minaj. The platform is at its core a distraction engine, which is fundamentally at odds with the deep focus these videos are trying to preach. And the whiplash effect of the algorithm is totally undeniable when you look at what else slides into the feed. In our data scrape, ancient Stoic wisdom sits directly adjacent to a massively viral video titled "What Was That?" Gus, which just features lifted trucks tearing through the mud. And guess what? The mudding trucks have nearly 65,000 views, doubling the reach of our good friend Nacho Lean Hill. It's just this constant, endless battle for your attention between high-minded philosophy and visceral, immediate entertainment.
Let's move on to the third piece of this puzzle, the chaotic, explore more deep end.
So you might come to this page looking for the secrets of magnetic communication. But if you let the erratic recommendation engine take the wheel for even a second, it suddenly feeds you an absolutely wild mix of global data. It suggests videos on ceny paliw w Polsce, which translates to Polish fuel prices. I mean, what? Then you are offered a delicious Spanish latte recipe tutorial, funny moments from South Sudanese TikTokers, the new 2026 Boss fashion collection, and some DIY home organization hacks. The algorithm is literally just throwing everything at the wall to see what keeps you scrolling on the app.
And this brings us to a really fascinating realization about our digital habits and, honestly, what you should really take away from this explainer. The whole promise of focused mastery, becoming magnetic, wealthy, and stoic, is constantly at war with a reality that is specifically designed to keep you endlessly distracted. We're all out here trying to achieve greatness inside this automated vortex of server errors, misspelled gurus, pop stars, and mudding trucks.
Which leaves us with this final thought for you to ponder today. When profound, life-changing wisdom is sliced up into 10-second clips, surrounded by celebrity gossip, and packaged between server errors and off-roading trucks, what are we actually accomplishing? Are we genuinely improving ourselves and training our minds? Or are we simply providing more engagement data for the machine? It's definitely a question worth asking the very next time you find yourself scrolling for enlightenment.